In part D, section 1, 5 marks question describes the method of locating contours with a neat sketch. What do you mean by contour? It is a line, it is an imaginary line joining a point of equal elevation on a ground. So this contour you can determine the field, points in the field. So I'll show you the diagram. This we call it as an contour diagram. First you have to divide the sections and you have to find the points. You have to plot. Finally you will get the contour map. This map you will get it in the ground. See, method of locating contours, there is a different direct and indirect method. In the direct method also we call it as an contour tracing. In the direct method we have to take the contour values and locating a field with the help of leveling and staff with the same elevation we have to mark. Before I have shown more, above I have shown the diagram like that, and those points you have to join. So that is called direct method. Everything you have taken from the ground, and based on that ground reading, we leveling and staffing reading you have to take. Based on that you have to plot the graph. This method is more accurate method and time consuming. But this method, direct method, it will take time consuming and it is very costly method. Coming to the use, this method we can use it for small areas. You will get a high accuracy. Is a direct method. Okay, coming to the indirect method. In an indirect method, so here we are taking elevations and contour drawn later. First you have to take the elevation. In this indirect method there is a different method. One is called the square method. Above I have shown it is they are going to make a squares like this, squares. So first total area we have to divide it into small grids, that we call it as in small areas, and each grid intersecting you have to measure. Each grid where you are going to intersecting you have to measure, and we can interpolate between the points. This method where you are going to use, you can use it for flat and gently slope ground. There we are using is a square method or grid method. Next method is cross section method. So I have shown above that cross section. So the leveling, whatever reading you have taken in a main lane, and that main lane we have to divide it into right angles. This commonly we can use it for roads, railways and canals. First you have to make the line, okay, main lane. That main lane we have to divide it rectangles like this, rectangles, perpendicular offsets like this. We have to divide it. That is cross section method. And radial line method, so we have to draw a center point first in a plane table. We are using here plane table radial method. We are using a plane table, and whatever level you have to taken along with the radial lines you have to line, and finally you have to draw the contour points. This we can use it for hilly areas. So above I have shown 3 to 4 diagrams that will come here. Next question will be and describes the uses of contour map. Before going to that, what do you mean by contour map? It is a contour map. You are going to represent a ground surface and line joining a point of equal elevation. This will be helpful for terrain future. It is a contour map. This is we are going to divide a number of blocks, okay, equal part of the blocks, that the points you are going to representing. You are going to representing. These are the blocks. Again I will write. These are the blocks, rectangular blocks, okay. So they are going to meet a point like this, but equal elevation. This we call it as a contour map. You are going to plot it. See, this is the uses of contour map. So you can use it to determine the nature of the ground. If you use a contour map, nature of the ground, for example, the flat ground will be flat, gentle, steep and not proper level, undulating, nothing but not proper level. Closed contour is steep slope. If the contour is very close, it is a steep slope. If the contour is wide, it is a gently slope. And you can use it for contour map route alignment. So we can use it for planning of roads, railways, canals, and help. It is selected most economical and suitable path for the minimum cutting and filling of the road. Cutting and filling of the road, nothing but they are going to road. Some round is like this. So here like this road. So this it is cutting. This we call it as an filling. This we call it as an filling. This we cut. It is in cutting. You should get road is a flat. So cutting filling purpose we can use. So next we can use it for selecting a site Selection of the site we can use means it will help you for construction of dams, reservoirs, buildings, and proper location of any elevation and slope. We can use this method. And also we can determine invisibility, to determination of invisibility, anything. But if the points is not visible, so 2 points is invisible each other, you can use it to check. And important surveying, to communicate line with planning, we can use this type of this is the use of contour map. Next one is watershed and drainage analysis. So watershed drainage analysis, nothing, we have to identify the drainage pattern in the watershed, and rigid and valleys we have to find out, like this valleys we have to find out. And we can use it for irrigation and water resource planning and all, we can use this contour map. And also we can use it for earthwork estimation, to calculating cutting and filling quantity of the construction. For example, road will be like this, so we need to construct the flat road. So the portion what and all, what are the portion, this is will be like, this is filling. So whatever this is filling, okay, this is cutting. Above portion will be the extra portion that you are going to cutting. So filling, this is cutting. Like this we have to make. There we can use this method. This is the one problem as given. The staff reading as given in a simple elevation. So they given some readings, levelings, readings. So first one you have to write it. Always you just see the first one you are in the table. We have to write it. First one is back side, and remaining and all foresight up to year, intermediate side. The last one what you are going to do, that is we call it as an foresight, last side, that we call it as an foresight. First one always you have to write it. And benchmark as given, we have to calculate rise and fall method. So in the rise and fall method, the reading if it is greater, that we become fall. If the reading is smaller, that become rise. First that you have to find out which is rise and which is fall. You are going to learn in this down have written on the table. Here the reading, first reading and second reading, the difference will be in 0.255. It is a greater, that's why I have written on fall. So the difference between these two readings, it is already there in the problem, 0.295. It is greater, they have written fall. And 2.05 to 2.15, the difference will be in positive. So again they have written as fall. More than that. Same way 2.15, 1.8, you got a negative value. Before you got a positive, that you have written fall. You got a negative value, you have to write it as rise column. Same way 0.6 for remaining reading, rise column you write it. The last one you have to minus that, you will get a negative value, you have to write it in a rise column, okay. And remember this, we need to find out RL, reduce level. You have to go for previous RL plus rise, you have to calculate if you want to calculate reduce RL. And same way again you have to calculate with the help of the rise, you can calculate RL. With the help of the fall, you can write out if you get the fall, you have to previous RL minus fall. If you do, you will get the answer. First going that, you have to make a tabular column. So this is the tabular column. First you have to write a station, back side, intermediate side, foresight, rise, fall, and RL. And benchmark nothing but 1.5 backside as given already in the problem, that you write it in a backside reading. And RL also they have given, you have to write it in RL. So next one, so intermediate side you have to write the difference between intermediate, already you have calculated above table. The difference between this, you got a greater value, that's why we have written in fall. Positive value you got it, so that's why we are written in fall column. And we need to calculate RL. So what you are going to do, RL minus this 100 minus this, if you do, you will get this value. Same way this difference between this, you will get an answer. And 99.745 minus this value, if you do, you will get 99.45. Same way this difference you have to write it here, you got a positive value, that's why we are writing in a fall. And same way 99.45, okay, minus this, if you get 99.35. Same way this difference, so you got a negative value, so we have written in rise column. So what you are going to do in the rise column, whatever this reading will be there, no, this reading you have to add. So you will get a 99.965 value, you will get it. So this difference if you do, you will get a negative value. You have to write it in a fall, and whatever this 99.35 will be there, no, this plus, so you will get this value. Same way this difference, so you got a 0.6 positive, okay, 99 point, this 99 point plus 0.600, you will get 110.25. Same way this difference you do it, you will get this value. So this you have to write it in a, the last reading we have to write it in a backside column, okay. So this difference you will get this positive, so that's why the negative you got it, and this if you add, you will get a 100.54 value you will get by using arithmetic check. This is the summation of backside minus summation of foresight is equal to summation of rise and summation fall. So you have to, if it is positive you have to add. If you do this calculation, so the calculation, summation of rise, summation of backside you have to add, summation of foresight you have to add, difference between that 0.054. Summation of rise you have to do it, summation of fall you have to do in the tabular column, and these two difference if you write, so you will get 0.45. These two values should be same, okay, this reading should be same. Arithmetic check, if you go 54 you got this also, this difference also 545 you got. If you got same difference by in the arithmetic check, you have whatever problem you have done, that is correct. There only you can identify. More information, please subscribe my channel, share and support. Thank you. I'm going to upload more videos. Thank you.